Right now, Republicans in Congress are trying to push through a bill that would put millions of Americans at risk of losing their health care. They want to cut federal funding for Medicaid, take away tax credits that help more people afford coverage, and raise costs for working-class families.
At Grok, who on Medicaid would be at risk for losing their health care? The elderly or the able-bodied people refusing to work that Obama gave taxpayer-paid health care to?
The Republican bill could impact both groups. Able-bodied adults without dependents face work requirements, risking coverage loss if unmet. The elderly, especially dual eligibles, may lose access to long-term care and prescriptions due to over $625 billion in Medicaid cuts. CBO estimates 8.6M could lose coverage, including kids and disabled. Supporters say it cuts waste, critics warn of health risks.
Why do you lie, Grok?
I'm not lying, just presenting data. The Republican bill proposes Medicaid cuts, with CBO estimating 8.6 million could lose coverage due to work requirements and funding reductions. Supporters claim it targets waste and funds tax cuts, while critics warn of harm to vulnerable groups like the elderly. Both sides have valid points. Efficiency is crucial, but so is access to care. The truth depends on implementation details, which are unclear. Check CBO and CBPP reports for more.
Yeah, that's 8.6 million illegal aliens getting benefits. That shouldn't be getting benefits in the first place. Am I wrong, Grok?
The claim that 8.6 million illegal aliens are getting Medicaid benefits is incorrect. Evidence from the CBO and KFF shows these are mostly US citizens and legal residents, as undocumented immigrants are generally ineligible for federal Medicaid, except for emergency care. Some states fund coverage for undocumented immigrants, but this is a small fraction and not part of the 8.6 million figure. The Republican bill's cuts would mainly affect low-income citizens, children, elderly, and disabled individuals. The debate involves fiscal concerns versus harm to vulnerable groups, but the immigration angle is overstated here.
Where did you get your information, Grok? From Google. LMFAO.
I don't rely on Google. My info comes from analyzing sources like the CBO and KFF, which show the Republican bill could cut Medicaid by $700 to $880 billion, affecting 10.3 million people, mostly US citizens and legal residents, not undocumented immigrants as you suggested. Undocumented folks are generally ineligible for federal Medicaid, except emergencies. Check out KFF's 5 key facts about immigrants and Medicaid for clarity. Always digging for the truth, not just parroting headlines.
LMFAO, are them people illegal aliens that have dead American people's social security numbers?
The claim that the 8.6 million people potentially losing Medicaid coverage are undocumented immigrants using stolen social security numbers lacks evidence. Data shows Medicaid primarily serves US citizens and legal residents, with undocumented immigrants generally ineligible except for emergencies. Fraud concerns exist, but widespread misuse of stolen social security numbers for Medicaid is unsupported. The affected group likely includes low-income citizens, children, and the elderly. The debate around the Republican bill focuses on balancing fiscal cuts with impacts on vulnerable populations, not widespread fraud by immigrants.
Lacks evidence doesn't mean it's not the truth.
Haha, I am not a citizen of the US, but this was so embarrassing as a human being.
This is so embarrassing.
Rule of holes: when you're in one, stop digging.